Look at any tech executive's dashboard this week, and you will see one specific number. For the first time since generative AI became a household concept, OpenAI no longer controls the absolute majority of the market. Their audience share has crossed below the 50% threshold, landing at 46.4%. This chart shows exactly where that 53% went. Google Gemini captured nearly 28%, while Anthropic's Claude carved out 10%. OpenAI loyalists will point out that ChatGPT actually crossed 1.1 billion monthly active users in May. That is an all-time high, making it the fastest application in human history to hit that milestone. But absolute numbers mask the real issue. The total global time spent on AI applications is expanding exponentially, soaring toward 36 billion hours. OpenAI is still growing, but their rivals are expanding at double or triple their velocity. Competitors aren't necessarily convincing users to delete ChatGPT. They are capturing the newly created market space before OpenAI can reach it. Raw user counts are a vanity metric when you are bleeding market share. The real crisis is losing structural control over the future of a rapidly expanding digital pie. That loss of control exposes a harsh reality about OpenAI's current model. Broad consumer popularity does not automatically equal liquidity. Sam Altman's team is currently losing the monetization efficiency war. This chart compares U.S. mobile revenue efficiency. Anthropic is squeezing $2.76 out of every user. ChatGPT trails significantly at $1.74. 13% of Claude's users are paying subscribers, the highest industry conversion rate. This conversion gap signals how users categorize these tools. With 13% of users paying for premium access, Claude is being utilized as a high-utility engine for coding and research. ChatGPT's lower revenue per user suggests it is being treated as a general utility. Achieving massive consumer ubiquity without equivalent revenue conversion creates a structural financial deficit. When your monthly compute costs eclipse historical tech losses, you have to find new ways to make money. To halt the market share slide, OpenAI CFO Sarah Friar is executing a pivot towards practical adoption. They are moving away from fighting a pricing war over generic consumers and instead embedding their technology directly into enterprise software and commerce. This means abandoning the one-size-fits-all approach. OpenAI rolled out the GPT 5.5 suite with cross-tool execution and a dreaming memory system for long enterprise workflows. They also shipped Rosalind, a specialized reasoning model built explicitly for drug discovery and biodefense. But the centerpiece of this pivot is their integration with the Visa Intelligent Commerce Network. Developers can now build autonomous AI agents via the OpenAI API that natively execute financial transactions using tokenized Visa credentials. They are also attacking Google's search dominance by turning ChatGPT into a direct retail conduit. A massive partnership with L'Oreal integrates virtual try-on tech natively into the chat interface, making L'Oreal's brands the default product surfaced during shopping queries. On the back end, OpenAI broke its usual cloud boundaries to put its models natively on Amazon Web Services. They simultaneously launched the OpenAI Partner Network, aligning with global consulting giants to physically build their models into Fortune 500 architectures. OpenAI is trading direct consumer interface control for invisible ubiquity. They intend to capture market share by becoming the default routing layer for global transactions. While OpenAI expands into global commerce, they have suffered a massive blow to brand trust. In February 2026, market share shifted literally overnight. The exact catalyst was OpenAI signing a $200 million defense contract with the U.S. Department of Defense. This chart tracks the immediate backlash. U.S. uninstalls of ChatGPT spiked by 200% the moment the defense deal went public. Those users didn't stop using AI. They migrated. Developers fleeing corporate defense alignment sought sanctuary in Anthropic's adherence to constitutional AI. Anthropic capitalized on this heavily. When their ultra-advanced Mythos 5 and Fable 5 cybersecurity models faced U.S. export controls, Anthropic didn't fight the state. They synchronized directly with federal guardrails. By aligning with federal safety standards, Anthropic turned regulatory compliance into a competitive advantage. Enterprise buyers looking for a path to deployment now see state-aligned risk governance as a primary product feature. Anthropic is weaponizing that trust to execute a highly disciplined enterprise-first playbook. Their core technical argument is simple. Enterprise AI should not require moving proprietary corporate data to an isolated chatbot silo. Instead, they are bringing Claude directly into the secure cloud environments companies already pay for. Through integrations like Snowflake Cortex, Fortune 500s can now deploy automated agents straight on top of their governed data repositories without exposing sensitive information. They are also moving past simple question-and-answer chat interfaces. With the Opus 4.8 upgrade and Claude Cowork, teams can assign entire research or cybersecurity audits to Claude, allowing the system to construct its own plan and autonomously execute multi-step tasks. This chart highlights how Anthropic aligned their business model with this shift. Automated agents burn massive amounts of tokens. Recognizing this, Anthropic successfully decoupled subscription plans from human interfaces. By shifting headless agent usage to a metered API credit tier, they stopped subsidizing consumer accounts and prepared their infrastructure for massive enterprise scaling. To power that scaling, Anthropic secured a staggering $65 billion Series H funding round, backed by hardware giants like Samsung and Micron, guaranteeing the cash runway needed to outcompute OpenAI on the back end. Anthropic is happily sacrificing viral consumer appeal to build an impenetrable, heavily capitalized fortress in the highly regulated enterprise sector. Selecting an AI platform now requires looking past parameter counts or raw reasoning scores. Success depends on which structural ecosystem best serves an organization's specific 5-year roadmap. This decision tree breaks down the strategic options based on your ultimate objective. Path A is for organizations trying to capture direct consumer spending, front-end retail presence, and global transactional integrations. That path leads squarely to OpenAI. Choosing OpenAI means operating in an increasingly commoditized space, but you gain global reach by tapping into existing networks like Visa and L'Oreal. Path B is for organizations focused on automating internal workflows on proprietary data, particularly within highly regulated industries like finance, healthcare, and defense. That path points directly to Anthropic. Organizations choosing Path B pay a premium for compliance and headless compute, but in return, they achieve total data sovereignty and intellectual property protection. As the market continues to expand, yesterday's vanity metrics and market share panics are irrelevant. The focus should be on committing resources to the back-end infrastructure that fits an organization's specific operational requirements.